So I want to just go through here relatively quickly, setting up your blog. So it's recommended to use a self-hosted blog using WordPress, and you would want to get your domain name and your hosting. And it's usually recommended not to get them all both at the same place, just because it's just nice if you have your domain name somewhere else than your hosting in case something happens with your hosting company or the domain name company. I don't have a specific hosting company to get, but I will say that if you go with some of the lower level ones where you get like a blog set up for like $10 a month, that can be fine to get started with, but you might find that you outgrow it over time. For example, now have hosting, and I pay just for two main domains about $50 to $70 a month. So because I want the extra stability with that. Now you can get started with something smaller, but keep in mind you may want to be paying and upgrading a little bit more to something that would give you a little bit more stability and a little more storage and things along those lines. Well, you can go with Liquid Web. I have my name on it, amyharrop.com, and it can be good even if you don't put a blog on your name. If you have a name that you're using to publish or to put yourself out there, it can be good to buy that domain name just so somebody else can't buy it. However, you might want to be thinking a little bit too about having your blog with a different name, like a brand or the name of a series or something like that, because you might not be marketing yourself as yourself. You might want to market, for example, a series of books, or maybe you want to be known more as a romance author or something along those lines, and you might want to have more of a general blog name that then you can then tie into your different books and so forth. So this is something to be thinking about as far as what you want to have as your main blog. Now, of course, you can go and set up other blogs for other things, but you don't want to spread yourself too thin, and I think it's better to be strategic and think about what you want to call your main blog and how it can best serve you, as opposed to having like 10 different blogs. And I also recommend, unless you want to learn a lot about WordPress tech, which isn't that complicated, that you can get somebody to set this up for you, like a Fiverr. This is somebody who charges $20. They'll set up your WordPress blog for you. You know, one of the things I talked to, and that's part of the reason I wanted to, I guess I should backtrack a bit, I wanted to have this particular training, is because I talk and work with a lot of publishers and authors, and a lot of them don't have a blog set up yet because they get overwhelmed. They don't know what to put on there. It's too technical for them. And I think, you know, because of that, they're sort of missing out on the ability to have that platform. And I've talked over the last couple sessions about different things you can do with content marketing and raising your visibility, and a lot of that is much easier if you have a blog. So it's just one of these things that can lay a really good foundation for increasing your visibility and ultimately selling more of what you want to be selling.